Hi boys and girls and teachers from Lowndes School, and welcome to this assembly. Now you may remember me from the Christmas assembly video we did, but my name's Michael. I'm the new youth minister here at St John's, and you may also recognise my friend who's going to pop up in a minute because she loves doing assemblies. So this is Laura. So yeah, everybody say hello to Laura.
Hello, Michael.
So why are you looking so happy today, Laura? I mean, you're always happy, but you look extra especially happy today.
I've got something to show you.
Go on then, Laura, what is it? I
Just
love
let me
surprises.
get it.
Okie dokie. Oh, wow, you're showing me a backpack. Now, but why is a backpack exciting, Laura?
I'm really excited because I can go back to school again and be with my friends and see my teachers.
Of course, because all the kids are back at school again now. I bet it's meaning that you can do all these amazing experiments and even do PE again and see all your friends. Wow, isn't that exciting? Well, I'm glad you're happy. Now, today, obviously though, we're here to share something with the children and we're doing an assembly. So I wonder, Laura, if you can guess, what do you think we're going to be talking about in today's assembly? Have a think.
I know.
Go on, what is it?
Is it about spring?
Oh.
I love spring because
Oh.
it means the days are getting longer and the weather is getting warmer. Oh, and I absolutely love the baby lambs.
Oh yes, I love spring too. I love looking at all the flowers coming to life, all the new life, or listening to the birds singing in the trees. But actually, no, we haven't come to talk about spring. We've come to talk about Easter today.
I'm going to talk about Easter. Oh, before you do that, I know, I've got an Easter joke. I love telling jokes.
Oh, we know you love telling jokes. Go on then, what is your Easter joke? I bet it's a good one.
What kind of stories do bunnies like?
Ooh, I don't know. What kind of stories do bunnies like?
Ones with hoppy endings.
Ones with hoppy endings. I get it. Instead of happy because bunnies hop. That is a good joke. You never disappoint us with your jokes. Well, Laura, if it's okay with you, what I'm going to do now is that me and Wesley are going to explain all about the story of Easter and what the real meaning of Easter is, and then I'll see you again later for just to say a goodbye and explain things. How's that sound? Does that sound good?
That sounds great. Bye, boys and girls.
Bye, Laura. So hello again, boys and girls. As you can see, one of my friends is here called Wesley, who I'm sure you've seen in assemblies before. But if you haven't, this is Wesley. So Wesley, do you want to give a wave? Fantastic, Wesley. Now, Wesley, the sunshine is beaming through the window here, and we're going to be talking today about Easter. Now, one of the things that I love about Easter is that it always comes at springtime. And springtime is all about new life, longer days, sunshine, flowers, listening to birds tweeting, and all sorts of amazing things like this. But Easter is also all about chocolates too. Do you love chocolates? He's rubbing his belly. He loves chocolates. But actually, I was just thinking, what is the real reason behind Easter? So I thought I'd ask you, do you know what the real meaning behind Easter is? What is Easter all about? Have a think. Oh, he's gone with a rabbit. Oh, we all love rabbits. Yeah, they hop all over the place, don't they? And they've got those really cute bunnies. And they also, the Easter bunny brings us chocolate. But actually, no, Easter's not all about the Easter bunny or about cute little bunny rabbits. Have you got another idea, Wesley? Let's have a look, he's thinking. Oh, look at that, boys and girls. Can you see that? That says an Easter egg hunt. Everyone loves an Easter egg hunt, either in your house or in someone's garden. So that's one game. Have you got another game that you're thinking of as well then, Wesley? Yeah, I thought I saw something on the table. Yeah, I've got one as well. Oh my goodness, it's such a hard one, this. Yeah, because normally St John's has an Easter egg extravaganza in which we have an egg and spoon race, but I am not so good, I've dropped my egg. But actually, although that's all fun, Easter egg hunts and egg and spoon races, Easter's not about that either. So have you got one last idea? What are you thinking? Make this your best idea. What do you think Easter's all about? There we've got chocolate eggs. Everyone loves a chocolate egg. And the chocolate eggs are delicious. And there's actually a bit of a clue to the real reason behind Easter in that. There's lots of meaning we can get from it, but it still doesn't help us to properly understand what the real reason behind Easter is. So I know I've got an idea. Why don't we, Wesley, like we did at Christmas? So if you remember in our Christmas assembly, I did something called the paper plate nativity, and I heard that that went down a storm. So what I thought I'd do is that we would do the paper plate Easter story. Now, this time you haven't got lots and lots of animals or even a Land Rover, so you've only got 2 pates in front of you this time to help you. So you've got one that's a tomb, so do you want to show the boys and girls a tomb? And then you've got the word empty. So whenever you hear the word tomb or empty tomb, you need to show those plates. Look at that, he's a professional. So you've got to listen all the way through the story. So here we go, let's tell the story of Easter. So, the story of Easter is all about Jesus. But just to start us off, do you remember that back at Christmas, in our Christmas assembly, we learnt all about baby Jesus coming into the world to bring hope. But now, Jesus is a fully grown man, and we're going to now hear about what this hope is all about. So, unfortunately, it starts really sad though, boys and girls. Yeah, it does. It starts really sad. So, Jesus, while he was alive, he kept saying that he was the Son of God and that he could forgive sins. But the religious leaders did not like that at all, so they wanted to have him killed. So they managed to persuade the Roman leader to have Jesus killed. So here we've now got a sad face of Jesus dying. And if you remember, he was given a crown of thorns because they were mocking him and saying, look, he's the king of the Jews, so let's give him a crown. So that's the sad start. But actually, even in this sad start, even while Jesus was dying on the cross, there is 2 really exciting moments of happiness and joy. So one of them is that one of the soldiers, while Jesus was dying on the cross, he realised that Jesus was actually who he said he was. Because he said, wow, surely this was the Son of God. So that was the first amazing thing that happened, even as Jesus was dying on the cross. But the second one is even more amazing. So next to Jesus on the cross, there was 2 robbers who deserved to be dying and being punished because they had done really bad things. One of them was laughing at Jesus, but the other one said, Jesus, I know that you are innocent and you don't deserve to die. Please remember me. And do you know what Jesus said to this robber who deserved to be punished? Jesus said, you are forgiven. Today you'll be in heaven with me. So isn't that amazing? Even there. So, but now we get to the really amazing and happy part of the story. So, 3 days after Jesus died, Mary, one of his friends, went to the tomb just to see Jesus' body and to put some spices there and do some sort of ceremony. But actually, when she got there, she realised that the tomb was empty. There was an empty tomb. So she ran all the way back to some of Jesus' friends, and one of them was Simon Peter. And she explained to Simon Peter, I went to find Jesus, and when I got there, his tomb was empty. Now, Simon Peter said to Mary, I can't believe that. So he also ran to the tomb, and guess what he noticed? The tomb was empty. It was empty. So he went back home. Now, Mary stayed next to the tomb, and she was crying loads and loads. But then she suddenly looked inside the empty tomb, and she saw 2 angels. And one of these angels said to her, why are you so sad? Why are you crying? And then Mary explained to the angel that I am crying because somebody has taken my Lord Jesus, and I don't know where they've put his body because he's no longer in the tomb. So she then left the tomb, and just behind her was a man, and she thought this man was the gardener. So Mary was still crying, and the gardener also asked the same question that the angel asked her. So the gardener said to her, Mary, why are you looking so sad? Why are you weeping? So Mary told the man that they've taken the body of my friend and I don't know where they've put him. Then the man said to her, Mary. And as soon as she heard the word Mary, she recognised that was the voice of her friend Jesus. And she realised that Jesus was alive. And so she hugged Jesus. And Jesus then told her, go back to your friends, including Simon Peter, and explain that I am alive. Wow. That is the story of Easter. So it's about Jesus dying, but then 3 days later, coming alive again. Isn't that wonderful? So, have you realised that Easter isn't actually about the Easter egg hunt, or about the egg and spoon race that we've got here, or it's not about the bunny rabbit, or even, do you want to grab your egg again? It's not even about the Easter egg, is it? No. So let me explain what the story is actually about. So do you remember I said that at Christmas we saw baby Jesus, and that was all about the fact that Jesus come to bring hope for the world. But we didn't really know what that hope was at that point. Well, now we do. Now, at Easter, we learn what all this hope is about, because on that post it said Jesus gives hopes. But how does Jesus give hope? Well, while Jesus was dying, what Christians believe is that Jesus was actually dying for all the bad things that we've ever done wrong. A bit like that robber. all the bad things we've ever done wrong. Jesus was dying as an innocent man for all the wrong things that we've done. But then do you remember, 3 days later, we saw that Mary found an empty tomb, and then what that meant, she then saw Jesus alive. So Jesus was alive, he came back to life again. And what that means is that Christians believe that we too can have new life. But how do we get that new life? Well, that new life is because Jesus brings us forgiveness from all the bad things we've ever done wrong. And so we can be alive again with him and without sin, because our sins are forgiven. And so that means that we can have a friendship with God again. So we can have a friendship with God again. So that's the new life, and that's the hope that Easter is all about. So, one last thing though, actually, Wesley, do you want to grab your egg again? Because there are a few things that I want you to think about as you're eating your Easter egg this Easter. So the first thing is the shape of it. We obviously know it's an egg, isn't it? So what do we think of when we think of eggs? We think about baby chicks. So it's all about new life, isn't it? You can have baby chickens, or you can have other birds, or even alligators and crocodiles, all sorts of things. So new life comes from eggs. But there's actually one other thing that it can also remind us of, because it looks a bit like the shape of that rock that we had, doesn't it? So the stone that was over the tomb, and do you remember the stone was rolled away because Jesus was alive and the tomb was empty. So actually, as you're eating your egg, you can remember it's all about new life, and it's all about the fact that Jesus came back from the dead. So Wesley, isn't that amazing? We've now learned what Easter is all about. Easter is about hope that Jesus brings to us all. Now, sadly, we need to say goodbye now. Well, you need to say goodbye anyway. So do you mind saying goodbye to the boys and girls and the teachers? Okay, goodbye. And then we'll now go back to me and Laura again. Hello, Laura. It's lovely to see you again. Were you listening to me and Wesley talking about what the real meaning of Easter is all about?
Yes, it was so amazing to know that Jesus defeated death and is now alive, and that we can all have new life with Jesus because he brings forgiveness.
Exactly. So Easter is all about hope and all about new life that we've got on those posters there. So I think, boys and girls and teachers, that's the end of our video. But let me just double check with Laura. Am I right? Is that the end?
Michael, I think we need to tell all the boys and girls about what we're doing at St John's for Easter, because then they can join us.
That's a really fantastic idea. It's a good job you're here to make sure that I do all the things I need to do. In fact, because you seem to be better at remembering these things, why don't you tell them what it's all about? So what can they be joining in with at Easter with St John's?
Well, there's going to be a great Easter craft video that'll be available to watch with ideas of crafts you can make, and you can display them in your window. And maybe I could go around and have a walk and see them. And then there's going to be a big Easter Sunday celebration.
Wow, that's really exciting. That is very true. And actually, we're going to be helping you to remember these and know how to get hold of them, because St John's Church is going to be sending your schools these amazing leaflets. And then the school is going to send them out to you and your family, so you can find out all about the Easter celebrations that we're doing here at St John's, and it will include things like showing you how to find that Easter craft video. Now, sadly, Laura, that's the end of our video today. But what I'm really hopeful for is that in the future we'll be able to come and do an assembly actually at your school, which will be really exciting. But for now, it's a goodbye from me. Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me too. Hope to see you soon.